Hello, Mary Smith. My name is Vassili Angelblazer.
I'm Robin Stone.
And I'm Sarah Lindsay.
And together we are Ideas to Scale.
Thank you for hiring us to consult with you on the Norgan Theater Revitalization Project. And we're here today to discuss with you the findings we have and the recommendations to move forward with this project.
We believe the revival of the Norgan Theater is financially feasible and will inject life into the community of Minto. We have some recommendations on how to implement your plan. Vassili will walk us through the break-even analysis. Robin will talk about our tiered fundraising plan, and I'll go over the community benefits from having a theater again.
The movies we would like to feature are going to be a mix of mainstream and independent productions. We're also going to offer movies the first week they are released to be able to take market share from other cinemas in the area that are not offering movies right away. During that period, in the first week, we'll also be able to raise the ticket price up to $8 a ticket. And in the second week, we can then lower the price to $7 a ticket when we are not paying as much in royalties. The royalties will decrease from 50% to 35%. The contribution margins were calculated based on sales data from 2004. We made the assumptions that 50% of our ticket sales go to adults and the other 50% go to children. We also made the assumptions that 50% of our ticket sales are going to be during the first week of a movie run, and that the remaining 50% will be after the first week at the reduced sales price. Here we have the projected cost schedule for 2008 and 2009. The numbers are based on 2004 with estimates and adjustments made for some increases and decreases in expenses, such as our maintenance expense increase and our heating bill decrease due to better insulation from the updated and renovated building. The net income amounts at the bottom of the schedule are calculated from the total contribution margins on the previous slide from 2008 and 2009. One of the things to note is the $5,000 wages expense budget for 2008 and 9. In previous years, we paid close to $25,000 in wages expense. Our financial success with this operating budget depends highly on our ability to hire and retain a large number of volunteers to replace the previous staff employed at our cinema. Our break-even point for 2008 is 6,362 total admissions and 7,443 in 2009. In 2004, the theater sold 7,018 tickets. With the new renovations and additional shows we can host, we believe we can comfortably meet the minimum requirements for success. Of course, this is contingent on our ability to replace the bulk of our staff with volunteers. For us to continue at the past rate of employment, we would expect a wages payable amount of $27,000 per year. Without volunteers, our total ticket sales must be $11,690 in the first year and $12,771 in 2008 and 2009, respectively, just to break even.
The quote for the renovation project is $350,000. We have three sources of funding identified. The first is a no-interest loan from the municipality for $200,000 to be paid back within 15 years. The second source of funding is contingent on the sale of a parcel of land owned by the municipality, which could yield $115,000. And the third source is generous donations and fundraising efforts by the community, an estimated $65,000. If we are successful in both of the contingent categories, the sale of the land and the generous donations, and maximize both areas, we will exceed the $350,000 amount. $65,000 is a lot of money to ask from such a small population of hardworking individuals. So we've come up with a tiered donation plan that we hope will engage more of a community buy-in, and by that allow there to be greater investment and hopefully exceed the fundraising amount that we require. By having three tiers, name recognition, and a movie theme installation throughout the theater, we're hoping to really engage the community members to be involved at all levels of financial capacity. We also believe that it's really hard to knock on people's doors and ask them for money without anything in return. So by offering them a chance to be able to see their name in the theater that they love or have their business proudly be displayed as somebody who really supports the community, I think will do wonders in a town like Minto. The first tier would be for anyone who donated greater than $2,000. It would involve having their name put on a star in a floor tile very similar to the Hollywood Stars Walk of Fame, and we would be calling them the Minto Stars. $2,000 is a lot of money, and we would be approaching local businesses and hoping that they see the benefit of having their business name put on the floor of an institution that's used a lot in this community. The second tier is called the Director's Chair. It would be for any donor who donated between $500 and $2,000 and would allow them to enshrine their name on the back of a theater seat as if they purchased it or were one of the directors of our show. The third tier is a community donation display wall called the Film Credits. This would allow community members to donate as little as $25 to have their name on the walls of the theater in a film credit style. And some donors, if they wish to donate more, up to the $250 mark and up, would have their name in select credit positions, such as the director or the producer. These would be displayed on the walls surrounding the Minto Stars in the main lobby.
The resurrection of the Norgan Theater will provide many benefits to our community, including the opportunity for more cultural events and the ability to engage our local students and retired persons in a volunteer program. These renovations will allow the Norgan Theater to feature more than just films. We will be able to expand offerings to our community to include musicians, comedians. We could even have auctions if we wanted to. We could also partner with local schools so they have somewhere to have a talent show or a play. The Norgan Theater will rely heavily on volunteers, and we've designed a program to help with that. We're going to engage our community members, both young and old, in a mentorship-style program. Our students are going to participate because we've partnered with schools in exchange for them to earn credit. Our older volunteers will help mentor our students and help them learn transferable skills. After all, volunteerism for the benefit of each other and for the good of the town is part of Minto's vision. Minto is unique. The volunteer program will be much more successful here than anywhere else. We have a passionate group of Mintonians who are proud of the community we live in. We can lead by example and volunteer to develop a fantastic volunteer program that could benefit our youth and keep their theater running. With the projected schedule and required amount of staffing per show, we're hoping each volunteer can work one shift per month. With that, we would need 39 volunteers minimum during the year. As you can see here, we require 3 volunteers per night. 1 person in the projection room and 2 people at concession. Being open 3 nights a week and given the 52 weeks in a year, 468 volunteer shifts will need to be covered. If each volunteer can spend 1 night a month working, then we only need 39 volunteers. But given the nature of volunteerism and the fact that life happens, we're better off recruiting closer to 50 participants in this program. The mentorship style integrates both young and old members of Minto. Older, more experienced members in the volunteer program can pass on their wisdom to the younger students and help them learn transferable skills, such as bookkeeping, marketing, advertising, and even cleaning.
In conclusion, with a large number of volunteers supplementing the workforce, we are confident that we will be able to break even. With a tiered donation system, we will be able to raise enough money to finance the renovations, and the added value to the community from all the new events that we will be able to host, as well as the mentorship volunteer program. We are confident that this project is both worthwhile and great for the community of Minto.
And we'll see you at the movies.